Hello, this is Charlene. We're going to be talking about car ownership, specifically the loan payment formula. That is this formula right here. We're going to use this to find the answer to our question. But I first wanted to focus a little bit on this P right here. That P stands for principal loan amount. You see the word principal a lot, but sometimes it's the principal payment amount. So this is the principal loan amount, which is the amount that you're going to borrow. So the word principal always tends to lean toward initial or the starting amount. So this is the starting amount of our loan for the car. So I just want to make sure that that was really clear. We are finding the payment, but this P does not stand for the payment. It stands for the principal or starting loan amount. So I just wanted to get that really clear up front. And now let's go ahead and read our word problem, see what it is we're going to find. Okay. So our word problem says that we are going to borrow $30,000 for 4 years at 8% interest for the purchase of a car. And we want to find the monthly payment needed to pay off the loan. So the payment is what we're going to find. They gave us all this other information. They gave us the $30,000, which is the loan amount. That is going to go in the P position. They also gave us 4 years. So 4 years is going to be the time. We're going to put that number in the time position. And we also got 8% interest rate, and that rate is going to go here and here. So two different places the rate will go. But just to also be very, very clear, when we have 8%, we do not use 8%. We use the decimal version of that. So if you want to find what the decimal version is, you'll take that 8 and divide it by 100, and this allows you to get rid of the percent sign. And so it's going to be 0.08. Now let's fill in our equation, our formula. We've got the P, which is the principal loan amount, will be 30,000. So 30,000. This is the beginning of our numerator. And then we're going to have a ratio here, our rate, which is the 0.08. That's our interest rate we are paying on our car loan. And then the N actually stands for the number of payments you're going to have every year. Well, we're paying every month. It said monthly payments. So we're going to pay 12 payments every year. Right, then we're going to go to our denominator. Our denominator is going to be 1 minus parentheses 1 plus the rate. Again, it's also this ratio is just repeated in the denominator. So 0.08 divided by the number of payments per year, close the parentheses. And we're going to raise it to, if you notice, it's a negative exponent. So negative number of payments per year again is 12, and then times the number of years. And it says that we are going to make this car payment for 4 years. So we're going to put that there. Then we're going to close off our denominator. So now if we go to our handy dandy calculator, we can put that in and it is going to pop out a nice little answer for us. So it looks like that our payment amount, which was the goal, is going to be this number. And it also tells us, though, that we want to round to the nearest dollar. We want us to round to the nearest dollar. So the nearest dollar, I've got 38 cents or 39 cents, but that is not 50% or more. So we're going to go ahead and just top that 38 cents off, and it will be a payment every month of $732. That is our payment amount. Now let's answer another question about our car loan. Let's find the total interest of the loan. Well, the first thing I need to find in order to find the total interest is all my payments. So my payment was actually 732 per month. So I'm going to calculate $732 payment per month times 12 months per year. And I'm going to make those payments for 4 years. So times 4 years. When I multiply all those numbers together, it gives me $35,136. That is what all of my payments are going to be equal to. So to find the interest, I want to take all of my payments and I'm going to subtract off the borrowed amount. Another way to say that is the interest is equal to all of my car payments minus the loan amount. So the borrowed amount and the loan amount, those are interchangeable. Those are the same thing. So we said that all my payments are equal to $35,136. And in my original problem, I had borrowed $30,000. That was my principal loan amount, my P number. So 35,132 minus 30,000. And of course, when I subtract those two numbers, I am going to get 5,136. So my interest amount is $5,136. My next problem says that I have decided to buy a car for $37,925. That includes the tax and the license plate, miscellaneous fees. It says that I've saved $12,000 for a down payment. Also says that I'm going to get a 5-year loan, and I'm going to get that 5-year loan at a 6.58% interest rate. And they want me to find the monthly payment needed to pay off the loan. So again, we are going to use our payment formula. But the first thing that we need to do before we find the loan amount, because the P right here, this P right here is the principal loan amount, we need to subtract off $12,000 down payment. That's the money that I've saved. I'm going to basically go to the bank and give them $12,000, and then I will borrow the rest of it. So I need to take the $12,000 and subtract it from the cost of my car. The car is going to be 37,925, but I've already saved 12,000 for it, so I do not need to borrow the entire amount. So if I subtract those two, subtract the cost of my car, 37,925, subtract the $12,000 down payment, that gives me a loan amount of $25,925. So that is going to be my principal loan amount. It's not going to be the 37. I do not have to borrow the entire amount. I only have to borrow 25,925. So again, we are going to put all of these numbers into our equation. I've got my $25,000 number is going to go right here in the P position, the principal loan amount. I've got the interest rate of 6.58. That number in its decimal form, which is going to be 0.0658, that number is going to go in the rate position. So it will go here and it will go here. Okay. And then we also have a time number. Where is my time number? Um, 5-year loan. I'm going to get the 5-year loan. So the 5-year loan is going to go in the time position. And then, of course, we have the N number, which is how many times a year we're going to make payments. Well, everybody always makes a car payment every single month. So that means that my N number right here, my N number is going to be equal to 12 payments per year. So I'm going to put all those numbers into my calculator. And when I do that, it is going to give me my payment. So my payment number is going to be equal to this, except we need to ask ourselves, what did they tell us in my original problem? It says round our answer to the nearest dollar. So is the 22 cents enough to change the 508? No, it's certainly not. So we're going to, our payment amount is going to be just $508. The next part of my problem wants me to again find the total interest for the loan. So, in order to find the interest, I need to find all my car payments first. And this is just a reminder that loan amount is the same thing as the borrowed amount. Your loan is how much money you're going to borrow. But back to all my car payments. How am I going to calculate all my car payments? Well, each car payment we determined was $508. So I am going to calculate 508, 508 um, times 12 payments per year times 5 years. And that is going to give me a total of all my car payments of 30,480. So that's just the car payments right there. So we now need to subtract off our loan amount. So how much did we come up with as a loan amount? That was our P number, our principal loan amount. That was the 25,925. So I'm going to go back down here and I am going to subtract the loan amount. So all my car payments are this figure, and my loan amount is this figure. So I'm going to subtract those two things, and that is going to give me an interest amount of $4,555. That is the total interest that I will pay for my car.